back. Happy Father's Day. I got some Father's Day questions to ask you guys. First one off, when was the first time you guys smoked together?
All right. The very first time was in Colorado.
Yep. Like, honestly, I don't remember the first time we smoked together.
Oh, hell.
I mean, you know what? I will say there was, because it was...
The river.
We were in that moment, and my mom, we were together, the three of us, and it just came up. And
It's medicine, and it's the kind of medicine that you probably shouldn't tell other people about.
She smoked long before I found out about it, but I really didn't care. I prefer her to smoke.
I kind of assumed that he had smoked before that. I didn't ask a whole lot of questions. So it just kind of happened, and I looked at him, and he was kind of like, yeah, okay. And so we just passed it around, got high. It was pretty cool.
We were in outside of Trinidad. I don't remember exactly where. But it was late at night, and I think
first one I did, he like crushed that.
I don't know. I think he was around 16 years old at the time, and I asked him if he smoked before, and he said yes. So we went out to the car, and me and him, we lit up, and apparently he couldn't take it. He got way too high.
Look at some bullshit. You hotbox me, man.
I can't recall the first time we smoked together.
On the river?
Maybe it was after a funeral. Who even knows?
Yeah, we spent most of our summers on the river doing something. You know, probably inner tubing.
Who knows?
There's no other place you can go run off and smoke, I remember that. We were all on the river, inner tubing, passing the joint.
And the only reason we were able to smoke was because I was calling your bluff the whole trip. I would have outsmoked you. I would have if it wasn't hotbox.
Has smoking together ever turned into a mini therapy session, or is it just vibes?
Oh, 100% therapy sessions. You drop like knowledge on me, man. I get like your whole backstory.
Essentially, it's just high and talking.
Yeah, I'm trying to be a man and shit.
Check your mom, let her know I'm gonna be there.
Oh wait.
Okay. What is one piece of dad advice you swore you'd never say, but now you're saying it every week?
Work hard. Consistency matters. The more work you put in, the better the outcome. When I was a kid and I was his age, I was a lazy fuck. I didn't want to do shit.
Unfortunately, can't be a bitch. Unfortunately.
Life comes and goes, man. Smoke some weed and
Chill the fuck out.
what the hell? There's assholes everywhere in the world. Weed just dampens a little bit. You could stand the smell.
Yeah.
I think just a statement that I tell him all the time when I'm trying to make a point or trying to get him to see something. I'm telling him I'm not telling you this because I'm a genius. I'm telling him because I fucked this up in the past. And if you keep doing this, that ain't the way to go. So, and it's hard to convince somebody that it's people are gonna. That's part of the honestly, to me, that's one of the curses of being a father. Is in the end, you got to watch your sons or your daughters make their choices, and sometimes it ain't gonna be the choices you like, and you can mentor them, and like I do, I've messed up a lot of things in my life, so I try to tell them don't do that, That's what not to do, but in the end, they're free agents.
Did you ever smoke weed at his age?
The first time I smoked weed, I think I was 16 years old, but I didn't smoke at a consistent basis.
Back in my surfing days, I guess, that's where I started. Third grade, in the garage, ripping off somebody's stash. No. That was high school.
I think I started smoking somewhere around later in life. Like I think I started somewhere like in 28. I mean, I had smoked before that, but now, I mean, at 28, that was kind of where it became like more of a regular use.
I joined the army when I was 18. I ain't smoked after that for a while.
How was the first time smoking right after it?
After what?
After the army. Like your first smoke right after the army.
The first smoke after the army? So it was something we all talked about while we were in. We always talked about, you know, either taking a long-term vacation to be able to smoke and be able to get it out of our system, or talking about when we got out. So when I first got out, it was, one, I had to track it down because I didn't know anybody who fucking sold it, and it was mission impossible. But I got high as fuck.
You know, I just moved to town, no connections, so no dope. Till you got to know somebody. Then you started getting dope, but past that,
It's kind of a roulette because, you know, back when I was young, you had to get weed. You had to do some pretty sketchy stuff to find it, you know. And the stuff that everybody had wasn't necessarily good. We knew the people who knew the people who knew the folks, but we never knew the folks that had, you know what I mean? So we got our stuff from, it was just, so sometimes it was good, sometimes it was just,
stepped on.
yeah, kind of.
And I smoked for about a good 3 months, and then I realized I had to go overseas, so I stopped smoking.
I just had to go to my plug at Little Caesars.
Whenever you're smoking, did you have to hide it from your dad when you're little?
I thought he was like nose blind to it because he's around so much weed. But like the first time he caught me was at some family function, and we were at the trailer, and I was smoking in the bathroom because like I need my break. And he went to use the bathroom afterwards, and he pulled me to the backyard and was like, "Fuck you got?" I was like, "Nothing. I know you were smoking, bro. I was in the restroom." It's like, how? I just know. Some BS, man.
He's the one that told me to start smoking weed, actually.
yeah.
He said,
Mellow.
you need to chill the fuck out.
You need to mellow
get
out.
high.
Yeah. What was your trick to hiding it? Like, was there anything slick you tried doing?
I like bury it outside, like in like
very
those little green boxes that are usually on the bottom of like houses with all the electrical for the waters and stuff. I like hide it in there. Yeah.
It's pretty smart. I would just hide it in my closet.
My boot.
and hope it doesn't smell.
Yeah, I did learn putting it in dryer sheets does not help. It
Yeah.
makes it smell like you're smoking snap with the bear.
How was your first reaction? Like, were you mad because you had to be in like in dad mode, or were you like, it's whatever?
I was really just happy he wasn't drinking.
Yeah.
Because
Honestly.
when I was his age, we were a bunch of drunks, and I was going to Mexico and partying our ass off all the time. So smoking weed and staying home is not as bad as going to Mexico and drinking. So I was kind of at least relieved.
I'm responsible.
When was the first time you smoked?
I think my memory serves me correct. It was at this like $5 movie theater. I forgot, was it? Yeah, on Yarborough.
Don't ask me, I wasn't there, fucker.
No, but the one on Yarborough.
Point, I had only smoked once, and it was after drinking, so I got crossfaded, I got sick, I puked everywhere, so I never really tried to smoke weed again. I thought that's just how it was going to make me feel, and so
Then I came over for a visit, and yeah, it was the first time I like got crazy time.
Did smoking together make your dad seem cooler?
nah, he's always been cool. He's a cool guy. He's a real cool arrow, if you know what I mean.
Cool air.
Yeah, I mean, I think I understood him a little bit better. I don't know, like, before I was like, you don't really know until like now. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool, like, super smoking my pops.
So who brought the weed? Was it the dad or you?
Today,
Who did what?
who brought the weed into?
Who brought the weed?
Yes.
Oh, just this guy's been smoking since before I was a twinkle in his eye.
Got my teeth knocked out eventually, and that was when he started giving me my own weed because he couldn't do nothing. That type of pain. And I got so free supply only cost like $2,000 in medical bills.
That's one of this guy.
I think it was at a biker event where weed first. Yeah.
When finding out about weed for the first time back then, did you think it was the devil's lettuce too? Like, did you think everything was bad about it and like it was making people go crazy, like how they thought back in the day?
So the first time I smoked weed, I went to a private all-guys school, and this guy that came from another school that was literally tattooed head to toe, and he was 15 years old and I was 14 years at the time. And back then nobody had tattoos, so he was something different. And he literally pushed me against the locker and told me I needed to buy weed. And I bought a dime bag for the first time from him. And I thought it was the devil's lettuce. I was scared to death. I had weed on me all day before I flushed it.
Where were you when you found out that you're gonna be a dad? And did you instantly start sweating or smiling?
Lancaster, California.
I did talk there, so I'm sure he was
Yeah.
sweating. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was like,
middle of the
it was
desert.
like April, so I'm sure he was just hot.
What, Lancaster?
Yeah.
I was confused. Yeah, certainly. It wasn't something that was really planned, but I was pretty stoked.
Was there a birds and the buds talk before the first sesh?
No, not at all.
No.
I don't even know what the birds and the buds talk is. Did you
We'll have to have that talk later. If you want.
Yeah. Did you ever try hiding it from her whenever she was little?
Oh yeah, when she was little,
So,
I didn't want her to narc me out in school.
I never took it around the kids. Like, we'd always go outside to smoke, or we'd always, they'd ask what the smell was, and it was like, yeah, it was just this weird coffee. I don't know, it was stupid, but yeah, but we just never talked about it. We'd avoid it. So
This is the dare era.
Yeah, if you recognize they used to bring the cops to school, and they lay out all the drugs out there in front of the school kids and say, hey, if you recognize this, you tell us.
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. They were trying to get the kids to narc on their parents.
Yeah, so
God,
you don't have that stuff laying out for the kids to see back then because you get narked.
If you went back in time, would you believe that you're smoking with your dad?
I don't know. Probably not. Like, when I was younger, smoking was not for me, and I just started smoking weed like 7-8 years ago. So no, when I was younger, I don't think I would have. I don't think I would have believed that I'd be here.
Oh, no.
No.
No. Not in a million years. It's just cool. It's a thing.
What was smoking like when you were younger?
What was it smoking like?
Yeah.
Paranoia to the max. You were facing felonies.
Yeah.
So it wasn't no bullshit. You always made your friend hold the shit. Hey dude, you hold it. Okay. They always say okay.
Going out to like hiking spot. Going like up, telling a friend, hey, I know a spot. Takes you an hour to hike there, but man, you get to like a spot. It's like you overlook it. That's cool.
You were facing bad stuff, then always trying to find a place to smoke was, the little shack out behind mom and dad's house somewhere, and you come rolling out of that, first thing you open up, it's like rolling out of here.
It's like rolling out of the lounge.
Yeah.
I got some random questions. What do you think's better, breakfast or dinner?
Breakfast.
I don't eat breakfast. I only eat dinner, man. Like, if I'm being real.
But would you eat breakfast meals for dinner?
Oh yeah, Village Inn hits.
What's some nicknames for weed that you used to use that people don't use anymore?
Shibuya?
I haven't heard of that.
No one knows Shibuya.
No, I haven't. If you could watch any band concert or any band, dead or alive or concert, who would you see?
Well, if I'm smoking there, I want to see Tool, like in their prime, just because like I love seeing drummers go off, and he's probably the craziest one there. That's like just ego death being there. I love that.
See the Doors.
The Doors?
Yeah.
What? Sick. I wouldn't expect that.
In the weed industry, bro.
I got the last question. What was your proudest dad moment? And was that before or after you stepped on a Lego brick?
The day she was born. You know what you know then, you know. You go, well, there goes the Harley. There goes my truck. There goes my nice clothes. But, you know, that's my proudest moment. You know, so it was well worth it. You know, I'm still here for the ride.
It's high school graduation, I think. Yeah. It was a long point where him and I weren't in each other's lives, and out of the blue, he sends me an invitation, and I wasn't expecting it. And I dropped everything I was doing, borrowed a truck, and headed to Prescott, and watched him graduate, man. That was pretty incredible. It was pretty emotional.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen him in a long time.
Oh,
Did you have like an outdoor graduation or indoor?
it was indoor. It was like I think that's it's Tim Swilling Center. It's this huge arena that they use for hockey, basketball, football.
It was massive. It was a huge.
Yeah, and like that's probably like one of the coolest memories I've ever had. Was like I didn't even expect him to show up, and like I walked out on stage, and I seen like Barbara and all them, and like we're all like at the end. I like turned and I seen my dad. And that was like the coolest experience. I was like, yeah, it made the whole entire thing.
Smoked weed with that guy until the day he passed, man. He's still. I even when he passed, you know, I had a blunt sent to him. You know, to send along with him on his trip. Make sure he ain't running dry.
There you go.
Well, that's all the questions I got for you guys. Thank you so much. That's all the questions I have for you guys.
Cool.
Dude, that ball's been dead like
Right on. I can smoke to that.
Yeah. Shibuya. Shibuya it up.